Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Cambridge House International Canadian Investor Conference, Vancouver 2014. I have Mike Volker, GreenAngel Energy. It's a publicly traded company and the symbol is GAE on the TSX Venture Exchange. Mike, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley, for having me here today.
It's good to have you. Please tell our audience about GreenAngel Energy.
GreenAngel Energy is a public angel fund. I personally have been doing so-called angel investing for over 30 years, and one of the big frustrations is figuring out how to get the general public involved with investing in young companies. And so GreenAngel Energy is a brand new approach to getting the general public involved with very young startup technology companies.
So what you do is you have access to young startups and ramp-ups. So you're giving an opportunity to investors who don't normally know what to do when it comes to looking at a small company. They don't know about what questions to ask. They don't know about how and when and what the whole story is. So you have turned your expertise into a way of helping both investors and young upstart companies. Am I correct?
That's correct. Actually, you put that very well. I couldn't have said it better myself. The whole idea is really for us to find these companies, and we have really good deal flow because we run a number of local events where these companies are attracted, and then we do due diligence on them to pick the really good ones, or the ones we think are good, and then after we make the investment in them, we work with them to help them develop into serious companies. You know, we all dream about, you know, finding that one company that's going to give us 10 or 20 times our money back, and in early stage investing, that does happen, but there's also a lot of failures along the way. So the nice thing about the way we're doing it is we invest in a large number of companies, knowing that some of them are going to fail, but we're going to have some of those diamonds in the rough that are going to produce the really big payouts.
So now, what's your background?
I'm an engineer, and I turned into a, you could say, a venture capital investor, but at a small scale.
From engineer to financier.
Correct.
So I understand the practicality of the role you play in determining which companies. Do you have a sector? Is it more technology oriented?
Yeah, we're focused on what we call green energy technology. So that has to do with, for example, energy monitoring, improving energy consumption. One of our companies, for example, has a membrane, an energy recovery membrane that improves the energy efficiency of commercial buildings. So anything that has an energy focus, anything that reduces greenhouse gas emissions, anything that's good for the environment, those are all technologies that we'll look at seriously.
Are you limited as to how much money you can take into your company, GreenAngel, versus how much money you can put into each individual idea? Because sometimes you might run out of money and want to raise more money, and there may be a company that may need more money than the initial amount you gave them.
So our focus is on getting them started. So we do what's called a seed round. So it's usually the first round of capital that a company is looking for. Then what we do is, as the company grows, we raise money for them from our network, which is quite extensive. And these are well-heeled, high-net-worth individuals who can invest anywhere from a few $100,000 to several $1 million per company. So we perform that function for them, but we don't invest our own capital. We just get involved at the ground floor.
So your exit strategy, so to speak, is to see one of your incoming companies become an outgoing company through either a public transaction, an acquisition, or a partnering event, right?
Precisely. Acquisition seems to be the most popular approach these days, but I think, you know, some of the companies we've got are looking at the public markets, and I think that's a good possibility for down the road.
So similarly, in the United States, when you have first angel, then the angel rounds, which is seed rounds like you are. Then there's this level of venture capital that comes in before they go into that world of the IPO markets and the investment bankers. It's similar to that in Canada, isn't it?
It is, although the traditional venture capital companies have not done that well. They're not getting the returns to their investors, so they're not raising large amounts of capital. And I'm seeing that gap that they're leaving being filled by well-heeled angel investors. It's not unusual for us to do an angel financing over $10 million.
So Mike, you're very interesting to me because I love the young companies, we're always about that. So how many companies do you have in your bailiwick?
So right now we have holdings in 7 companies, and we're adding them at about 2 a year. Because our goal is to get a fairly large number because of the odds in the business.
So Mike, does it matter if I'm a U.S. citizen or a Canadian citizen or another country's citizen to be involved in GreenAngel Energy?
No, not at all. We want to have a global outlook because the market for these products that our companies are developing is a global market. And we do have a lot of investors from the Seattle area, for example.
So ladies and gentlemen, be an angel and go to his website. What's your website?
It's www.greenangelenergy.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Volker, GreenAngel Energy, and he is an angel. He may not look like one, but he's an angel. Publicly traded company, and the symbol is GAE on the TSX Venture. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're coming to you from the Cambridge House International Canadian Investor Conference, Vancouver 2014. Thanks for coming on to SNNLive.
Thanks for having me, Shelley. It's been a pleasure.